And good morning, good evening, students and traders and analysts. This is Mike, the FX boss, and this is the professional forex trading course. Alright, remember I'm here to help you to bridge the gap between, with time of course, between retail trader way of thinking and feeling and doing things and understanding, okay, and compared to an institutional way of thinking and feeling. Alright, we're in the Forex course 101, so this is most likely nothing special for you. And there is disclaimer, this stream is not trading or investment advice. We are here to learn, and to learn we are going to learn about trend lines. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright everybody, so how to properly draw trend lines, okay? We are on USD JPY monthly chart, and so this is the market right now, but if I hide the future, and back in time the market is like this, okay, this is what you see. What would you tell me if I ask you, oh, is this market up or down? Is this market trending up, or is this market trending down? Should we, you are the analyst and the trader, should we buy or should we sell? Alright? Now here is the answer, okay? So, we have a few rules, okay? And talking about how to properly draw trend lines. Text, okay. Rule. Charting rule. Charting rule. When charting, TLs stands for trend lines, I should not break any wicks. Talking about candles, wicks. Any candles, wicks, and or candles, bodies. Alright? Charting rule, when charting trend lines, I should not break any candles, wicks, and or candles bodies. That's a rule, if you're willing to listen to me. Otherwise, you can listen to anybody that's going to tell you, you can break bodies, okay? But I'm going to show you how people lost money on euro dollar, alright? And charting concept. When charting up trend lines, I must connect the, what do you think, highs or lows? The highs, connect the lows, right? The lows, just tricked you, the lows. I must connect the lows, I must connect the candles lows, and of course when charting down trend lines, I must connect, if charting up trend lines, I must connect the candles lows. When charting down trend lines, I must connect the candles highs. Alright? Don't worry, this is one of the easy lessons, So charting rule, when charting trend lines, I should not break any candles, wicks, and or candles bodies. Charting concept, when charting up trend lines, I must connect the candles lows, and of course when charting down trend lines, I must connect the candles highs. And one more, which is the more important, trading concept. Charting too, charting. No, it's a trading, charting, but it's more related to trading. trading concept. A TL, trend line. A trend line is a tool that confirms the trend. Alright? So for the theory, okay, if the market is doing something like this, just an example, you know, alright, let's make it red. Now it's no brainer, right? You're looking at the chart, it's theory, you know, it's the theoretical chart, and you say, well, this market is it's an uptrend, right? It's, you know, it's going up. Maybe I have difficulty, you know, to identify which one are the relevant highs and lows, but I can at least decide as a retail trader that, you know, this market is kind of in an uptrend. Wouldn't you agree? So when charting the trend line, I should not break any candles and wicks. Now I'm going to take the first low, you know, which is the starting point of the trend. I'm going to extend the trend line, and as it said, when charting uptrend lines, I must connect the candles lows, right? So if I do something like this, would this be alright? Would this be okay? Or am I breaking any rules? Exactly, I'm breaking the rules. I broke in here, you know, so I cut or a body. This is theory. Now then we're going to look at the JPY, USD JPY chart. I'm breaking a body or a tail, a wick, you know, of a candle. So this is not the correct trend line. The correct trend line, it's like this. Alright? The trend line, the uptrend line, like it is right now, we don't need to hurry. Let's go step by step. When charting trend lines, I should not break any candles. Did I break any candles or tails? No. So, check. When charting uptrend lines, I must connect the candles low. Did I connect the candles lows? Theory, right? Yes, we did. So, check this one too. In a trading concept, a trend line is a tool that confirms the trend. Does this trend line, even though the market made, listen to me, even if the market made a downtrend in here, which we learned that this is a retracement of on the uptrend. One more time. Boss, can you repeat please? Yes, sir. Look at the chart, the theoretical chart. Even if the market made lower low, lower high, see my mouse? Lower low, lower high. Even though this market made a lower low, lower high, even the market produced a short-term trend, which is not relevant. This is a retracement. We've learned this in the previous lessons. Alright? So this market started here, this uptrend started here, and now it's up in here. So do we agree that this black uptrend line confirms the uptrend? Exactly, yes it does. So check this one too. Alright? So how to chart uptrends and downtrends? We must start from the starting point of a trend. Now this is good news and bad news. Why? Because if I'm not skilled enough, then I'm going to find a low or a high that maybe it's not correct. Okay? And I'm going to show you. But let's go step by step, right? So this is the theory. Now I'm going to delete this one, delete this one, delete this one. Alright, put down in here. And so as I questioned you before, if this is the chart, you know, and I'm asking you, you know, you are the analyst, I'm the trader, and I'm asking you, well, should we buy or should we sell? Are we in an up market or in a down market, you know? USD JPY. we've learned one of the most significant and important rules in price action. We've learned that the higher time frame controls price action and movement on the smaller time frame. So it's not uncommon for you to say to me, well, I'm seeing lower lows, lower highs, so this market is in a downtrend. Agreed? Or this market is falling, or well, let's short the market. Agreed? Now look at that. If this would be, I'm sorry, but this is the truth, right? I'm here to bridge the gap between the retail way of thinking compared to the institutional trader way of thinking. If this would be that easy, just buy uptrend and just sell downtrend, everybody would be a millionaire by now. Agreed? Now if we just short the market, you know, what would happen? I would, me telling you what to do, we would lose, right? Okay, everybody? Listen to me, there is no shame for you to tell to yourself, yeah, I was wrong, alright? Advanced Institutional Trader Program. I must be humble and accept, the sooner the better, that I was wrong on the analysis. So I'm not talking about analysis per se, right? I'm just telling you, you know, I was wrong, you know, the market went up. So the trend lines are here to help, all right? Now, how are we going to do this? We have this concept, we have this concept, we have this concept, all right? So one more and then we're done with concepts, you know. Charting concept. You start charting the TL trend line with the first low or high of a trend. Now this is easy to understand, but this is what takes some time. You need to practice, because you can also find the low or a high. Okay, and one more time, if you might have a professional trader as a friend or an institutional trader, those guys are doing something different sometimes, all right? But this is not for you to do it, okay? Just obey the concept. So if this is the chart, right? You start charting the trend line with the first lower high of a trend. If this is a chart and you are monitoring, you know, high to low, low to high, high to low, low to high, high to low, just an example, whatever, then you can say, you can look at the chart and say, so I can take this high and extend the trend line, and I can connect the first high with this high. Make sense? And that's true. The question is, what about all of this information? And you might be asking, whoa, why is this relevant? Well, never forget, we are on the monthly chart, right? And we've learned something called about the lesson number 1. There is something called the monthly bands. Remember the monthly bands? So from here to here, right now we are here. Not relevant to the upper band. It's not relevant to this lesson right now. But me knowing that, all right, this is the lower band. Okay, this is the lower band. Now I'm going to delete it. but you know that this is the lower band, so you know, you just, let me increase the scale, you know, you just charting, you're taking this high, example, you're taking this high and doing something like this, which is not wrong, but you must address the starting point, which is the monthly band. This is the repetition. Everything starts from the monthly bands, alright? If you want to write this down, everything, talking about charting and building charts, everything starts from the monthly bands, alright? Trend lines too. If we are talking about monthly, weekly, daily, trend lines too start from the monthly bands, alright? Now, that being said, I'm going to zoom in and, or let me do something different, right? If so I find the first low is this one, and trading you have a magnet, which is helpful now in trend lines, alright? So if I take a trend line from this low and I do something like this, you know, would this be correct based on the rules? Or am I breaking any rules? What's the answer? Exactly. No, this is not right. Why? Because aren't we breaking bodies, candles bodies? Yes, we are, right? We are breaking the bodies of the candles. So this is not correct. Oh yes, but there is no yes, but those are the rules. If you are willing to listen to me, here too we are breaking bodies of the candles. You know, sometimes you're going to break tails or wicks. You should not, alright? So this is not the right way. Now, here on TradingView, you have this one, which is called the extended line, which is going to help you, right? You can do this in two ways. You can take the short-term trend line, you find the low, you extend it, and then you're looking here, and you're going to move it, and now you just connected the first two lows or candles, right? This tailor wick with this tailor wick, we are not breaking any rules, we are not breaking any bodies, alright? This is the correct uptrend line. But if you zoom out and you say, oh, but it's, you know, the chart is bigger, right? And it's going up and I don't know where or how, then the second way to chart trend lines, alright, I'm going to delete this so far. The next way to see the long term, you know, then you can take the extended line and you go to this low and then you connect to, so if I'm doing this, right, I just did it. Is this correct? No, it's not, because I'm breaking the tail of the candle here, see? Boss, I cannot see it. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Zoom in. Alright? This is wrong. This is not correct. Okay? And if you're thinking, oh, this doesn't matter, this is the weekly chart, the monthly chart, it's a tail on the monthly chart, this matters when you are on the 1 hour chart and 15-minute chart. Alright? Because you could be seeing uptrends or downtrends where they are not. So pay attention. Here I am stubborn and boring and I'm telling my student traders in a private group, you know, this it takes some time, you know, maybe, but in about 3 months this mistake, it's not acceptable anymore. Make sense? You are new to the channel, maybe, or new to trading or charting. Practice, but in about 2 months, 3 months times, this mistake. It's not acceptable anymore, right? So, and alright, nobody's perfect, fair enough. I was tired, you know, I came home from the job, whatever, and I'll be like, alright. But try to be very specific, not to do this mistake. So I need to click on this extended line and I need to just readjust it. Okay? And then it's on you, you know, you left click on trading view and maybe, you know, you make it bigger, bolder, you know, and now you zoom out. And if you go back to the original question today, me asking you, are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? Huh? Now what? So think with me. Question number one: is this uptrend line wrong in any way? Would you say this uptrend line is wrong in any way, any case? Are we breaking any rules, or maybe, you know, does this uptrend line make any sense? Whatever might be your way of thinking and doubting and questioning. You know, is anything wrong with this uptrend line? So the correct answer is no, there is not. Because remember, this is the monthly band. We find the first low, alright? Charting concept, you need to find the starting point of an uptrend. This is the starting point of this uptrend. Meaning you cannot throw trend lines everywhere and anywhere. This would be wrong. Oh yes, but John, forget about John. John is a seasoned trader. And I know that those guys, you know, sometimes, me too, you know, we do some things. Alright, but you must learn the basics first. Alright, and those are the basics. Fair enough? If you are not making it, if you are not consistently profitable, this is what you should train. This is the knowledge. Alright, if you're willing to listen to me. And even if I hide the chart back in time, this was this is the example, you know, this is what it's called the long-term trend line. Alright? Boss, but the market is falling. Yes, it is. So you as an analyst, when you are charting, you must understand, starting from today, what we are trying to learn. We are trying to learn that we have three different visuals in terms of market behavior, meaning direction, which consequently go to trading. Boss, can you repeat please? With trend lines, we have three different market directions, which goes to analyzing charts and then trading. What are the three? Long term, medium term, short term, and aggressive. Well, four, right? Okay, but talking about market direction are three. Aggressive, it's more related to trading. Okay, so USD JPY monthly chart, long-term view is, what would you tell your trader? Dear trader, long-term USD JPY, it's up, but it's falling down. Long-term, it's up. If the trend line is a tool that confirms the trend and you can see it on the chart, you don't speculate. You can tell your trader, even if he's arguing, you say, look at the trend line, man. Look at the trend line. Long term is up. Until the market breaks this uptrend line, we are long term up. I'm not going to ask you, do you agree with me? I'm going to ask you a little better question. Does this make sense to you? Alright? Now, if this is the long-term trend line, what is then what's called the medium term? Alright? We're going to repeat the process from our last low. We're going to zoom in. So starting from this low, I'm going to take the extended line starting from this low, and I'm going to connect to the very next low, right? And I'm going to change the color. All right, are we breaking any rules with the orange uptrend line? No, we are not. If I zoom out of the chart, you know, now you can tell your trader, or by yourself, you know, if you're retail, now you are trying to understand that, oh, the red uptrend line is the long term, so long term we are in an uptrend, this market is up, I should buy long term. When to buy, it's a matter of strategies, we're not there yet, okay? And now with the orange trend line, not breaking any rules, the medium term, it's also up. Does this make sense? Now, let's address what would be short term, all right? So we're going to zoom in, again, find the last low, all right? And I'm going to go from this low. Now I need to find, so I'm going to click the mouse and stall the trend line. I need to find, you know, so if I connect this low with this low, the blue uptrend line, is this blue uptrend line correct? Exactly, no, it's not, because of all the rules that we've learned today, you know, I'm breaking candles, I'm breaking tails, I'm breaking bodies, and this blue uptrend line, it's not showing me, it's not confirming the uptrend. Can you see the violet line? Isn't this an uptrend? Yes, it is, right? So this blue uptrend line is wrong, so I need to find the low without breaking any bodies and candles, right? So I need to zoom in, zoom out. I need to play a little bit with the chart and test, if you want, the trend line, but I'm going to connect the low with this low in here, all right? Give me a second. So I connected the blue trend line with this low in here of the blue candle. I'm going to zoom in and be very specific about it. All right, so just to confirm with the blue trend line, blue uptrend line, am I breaking any bodies, any tails? No, I'm not, all right? And the next one, you know, this one in here, am I breaking any tails and bodies? No, I'm not. Agreed? Now, I know that some of you are already screaming at me, yes, but what about in here? Right? Agreed? And the answer is, does the blue trend line confirms the uptrend? Meaning, if the market started here, if the uptrend of the blue trend line started here and finished up in here, right? Then does the blue uptrend line confirms this? And the logical answer is yes, it confirms. Now remember, the trend lines are not forever. The market sometimes, and it's normal, you know, the market breaks the trend lines too. So don't confuse the market waving, you know, with you learning how to chart. Okay? And step by step, you know, if you are still arguing or thinking, no, this is wrong, now what if I say high to low, low to high, high to low, low to high, high to low, low to high, high to low, and low to high, and this was the lower low, high to low, right? Does this blue uptrend line is confirming the uptrend? Now, when I'm asking you, does this blue trend line confirm the uptrend? I'm referring to the violet highs and lows? And if you say yes, I'm going to ask you, well, show me. Show me, where do you see, again, you must understand, don't mix apples with bananas, okay? The red uptrend line was easy to chart. The orange trend line, uptrend line was easy to chart too. Now the blue line, it's a little more complex because the market is changing trends in between. So me referring to the, so I'm asking you specifically, me referring to the violet, is the blue confirming the violet? No, it's not, right? And this is really good news, because what we are trying to understand right now as analysts, future traders, is that if this would be the case, and those principles, those concepts and rules apply to all time frames, all right? If this is the example, you would say, if the trader is asking you, what should we do? Should we buy? Should we sell? Or what's the prediction? You know, on this specific chart, the correct answer would be, well, short term, remember we have the three visuals, long term, medium term and short term, and the trend lines are, the trend line is the tool that is helping us to determine or confirm this. This is not speculating anymore. I'm trading what I'm seeing on the chart. So the correct answer would be, me as an analyst telling to the trader, you know, or you are a retail trader, you are the analyst and the trader in one person, it's the same person. You would tell, well, USD JPY on all time frames, because the monthly is the leading chart, right? The higher time frame controls price action and movement on the smaller time frame. So the monthly is telling me what? The monthly is telling me that short term we are down. Short term we are down. So we are selling the market on the 1 hour chart, 2 hour chart, 4 hour chart, daily chart. And I can see the violet downtrend, agreed. But in the same time that the short term is down, at the same time, I must be very, very, very careful, because I have the orange uptrend line and the red uptrend line telling me that long term we are still up. Does this make sense? So starting from today, your analysis should rely on trend lines, and your understanding should evolve to the degree that you understand that you can have contrarian views on market direction on the same chart. Boss, can you repeat please? Yes, sir. Starting from today, upgrade your understanding of the market, how the market waves, how the market moves, with trend lines, that on the same chart you could have different and or opposite views of the market direction. Alright, like this chart right now. Short term we are down, and you can see it on the chart. You can point the finger and show your trader or the boss. You should show the boss. Looking here, lower lows, lower highs, boss. You know. So if the trader and the boss are honest, they're going to agree. Say, oh, you are right. You know, you are a good analyst. You're right. Short term we are down. But in the same way, you are going to show them. Oh, but look, wait. Be careful, because the long term, the red one and the orange one are still up. Does this make sense? This is the knowledge I want you to grasp today. And of course, the biggest question, if you are a new trader, a beginner trader, not a trader yet, an analyst, like, okay, but how do I know? You know, it's confusing, because I'm afraid of losing money, so how can I know that, you know, I mean, I can understand that we are long-term up, but how am I going to know that we are not in a downtrend anymore? Well, this is an easy one, right? You are going to find the starting point of the downtrend, which is this high, agreed? And then you are going to do the same. You are going to take the, whatever might be the short-term trend line on TradingView or the long-term trend line, and you are going to extend it, and be careful, you know, not to break wicks and tails, right? So I'm going to leave this one, what color should be? Yellow maybe? Yellow? Not visible. Green. Alright, green. Alright, and even if you draw the short-term trend line, you can right click and you have here this setting, and you can say, I believe, extend right line. Okay, so you just extend it. Okay, so boss, this is a no-brainer. Exactly. You draw the downtrend line, and then you just monitor the market. Bam! What just happened here? What happened here? Well, the market broke the downtrend line. Agreed? So, are we, now this is a little bit more difficult question, are we in a short-term uptrend? If you say yes, the answer is not yet. A trend line is a tool that confirms the trend. Alright? So if I now remember, the blue line stands like it is. The market broke the blue line. Make sense? Don't mess with the blue line. Alright? But here the market now broke the downtrend line, the green too. Alright? But if a trend line is a tool that confirms a trend, lesson number 2, how to confirm a trend. Do we have an uptrend? Do we have an uptrend? Low to high, high to low? Yes, we do, right? So you need to wait and monitor the market. But not talking about trading, you know. When the market breaks the downtrend line, in this specific example, you would trade your traders, you know. Alright everybody, now USD/JPY, we are long term, prediction, educated guess. We are long medium term, the orange line, you know. And now because the market broke the downtrend line, we are long short term too. What does this mean? Well, all the day traders or anybody who is trading the 15-minute chart, 1-hour chart, 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart and the daily chart, instead of shorting the market, instead of buying, should buy. And long story short, if they would buy, oh, you are so smart, Mike, right? This is this is beginner trader stuff. I mean, this is beginner analyst stuff, you know? But this is the logic behind. Does this make sense? Before we finish for today, you should have learned about relevant highs and lows. Remember, I've told you, learn those lessons well. I've told you, learn those lessons. I've told you every single time. I'm going to tell you again. I beg you, download the video from YouTube and re-watch it a few times and do the exercises, watching the video and you charting and training, you know, and practicing this charting skill in real time. Okay, so you have the video of me, telling you what to do, how to do, explaining the logic behind, and you do with me those things. This is going to exponentially improve your learning curve. And I've told you, if you don't learn well, then you're going to have issues, problems, it's going to get more and more and more difficult. So I've told you that the blue line stands like it is. Here you have a confirmed uptrend, market making higher highs, higher lows, but you cannot do this. So from here to here, right? And I'm going to do it like this, and what? Red, blue, green, okay, very good, there you go. So you cannot do like this. Make sense? If you do this, this is wrong. Beginner traders talk. Don't compare with John. John is 20 years in the market, he's doing different stuff. You don't even comprehend John's mindset. But you as a beginner trader, intermediate trader, I don't care. Listen to me. If you are 5 years in the markets and if you are not consistently profitable, don't do this. This is wrong for you. Alright? You can, man, I like you, you cannot throw trend lines everywhere and anywhere it pleases. Does this make sense? If you are willing to listen to me. But because we've learned relevant highs and lows, now talking about the blue uptrend line, this is still the low of the uptrend. This is the high of the uptrend, the blue. Now the lowest low is this. This is the lowest low of the uptrend, but now the market breaking the downtrend line and making a higher high. Making a higher high up in here compared to this high. Don't we agree? Wouldn't you agree with me? That this high is higher than this high? And there are no highs in between. That's the high. That's the highest high. You have no other highs in between. Agreed? Now you can take the blue and readjust it. Still, I'm moving. I'm very careful. This would be wrong. I'm breaking the white body candle. So I'm going to do it like this. Alright? Delete this one, delete this one. Alright? And asking the same question. Does the blue trend line confirms the uptrend? Is the blue trend line confirming the uptrend? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Low to high, high to low, that's the low, that's the lower low, that's the relevant low, and then low to high. Yes, boss, but what in between? Not all highs and lows are relevant. Now, what is the biggest obstacle here for a retail trader to learn or a beginner trader to learn? You're going to tell me, oh, this is confusing. Oh, this is confusing, this is so confusing, or I'm confused, and so on and so on and so on. Well, I have an easy answer, but it's also called hard work. Whatever you do on chart, just follow the rules. Make sense? If I'm confused on the blue line, I'm going to go one by one by one. Number one, a trend line is a tool that confirms the trend. Is the blue line confirming the uptrend? I can chart it, I can show it. The answer is yes. So, check. Concept rule number two. When charting trend lines, I must not break bodies and tails or wicks of the candles. Am I breaking any bodies, any tails, any candlesticks, anything? No, we are not. Check again. you're starting the trend line with the first low or the starting point of an uptrend. Did we start in the right place with the blue? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So check again. Are there any rules that I don't remember? A trend line is a tool that confirms the trend. I must connect lows. Alright. Did we connect lows? Yes, we did. We connected this low with the blue line with this low. A trend line is a tool that confirms a trend. Is the trend line confirming the trend? Yes. Now, if I'm honest with you, something is confusing. Because you are going to say, well, but if this is the lowest low on the market structure trends, if this is the lowest low on the market wave, why don't we chart the trend line like this? Fair enough? And the answer is, if you are going to chart like this, you are breaking the rules of how to correctly draw trend lines. Make sense? This is not the correct trend line. Because look in here, if this trend line stays like this, what would you do in here? On the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart, and even the daily. If you chart trend lines in the wrong way, breaking those rules, and this is what you see, what you're going to do in here. The market broke the blue up trend line. I can see a bearish candle, we didn't learn. So I'm going to tell my traders, sell the market, short the market. And they would lose. And this would be my fault. This would be the analyst's fault. Simply because I was charting. I mean, if I talking about an analyst who is 1 year in the making, 2 years in the making, you know, if I see this, I mean, come on. Come to the office. We need to have a conversation. Come on, you know, after all of this time you are doing those mistakes. This is not acceptable anymore. Those losers, you shorting the market because in the beginning it's alright, you know, I'm a nice guy. But moving forward, you have losers, unnecessarily losers, because you've charted something wrong. You know the rules, but you chose to not obey the rules because I'm not arrogant, everybody. This applies to everybody, for me too, you know. If you know the most stupid answer that I've heard, it's yes, but for me. What do you mean for me? No, you are right, but for me, I'm going to chart this. How stupid is this? The rules are the rules, the concepts are the concepts, and the logic. Where is the logic? The logic is the logic, it's common sense. So you losing money because of wrong chart, not right now, you might be, I don't want to scare you, this might be the first time you are seeing me online on YouTube, but you losing money because of wrong charting. This is not acceptable. Alright, so just in conclusion, even though, yeah, this is the market structure low, this is the market wave low, right? This is the lowest low in the market wave, the market structure trends. This doesn't change, listen to me, whatever pattern you find on the chart, this doesn't change the rules on how to chart the trend lines. Alright? So practice trend lines on the 1 hour chart. Try to practice. Send me pictures on the email. If you are not sure, you know, boss, would you be so kind and check those trend lines? Check on me, send me emails, practice. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's going to appear down in here, the link. And otherwise, you know, here is the lesson on relevant highs and lows. Alright, see you back tomorrow. This is Mike. Thank you very much. See you. Bye bye.